What's up, guys? Zach here, also known as that bearded guy, and I also run Low Life Photography. Some of you may follow me, some of you may not. But I'm here to talk to you today about a certain issue that a lot of people in the world have. They may or may not know how to cope with it, let alone, try and go throughout their day to day. My apologies if I mess up my words and so on and so forth. This is something completely new for me. I usually don't do stuff like this, let alone make a video about it. So, basically, what I'm here to talk to you about today is stress, anxiety, depression. Those three key things right there. Happiness being the good side. In my opinion, the true key to life is happiness. If you can't be happy, then what's the point in living? We all want to be happy. We strive to make people around us happy. We can't always do that. That old saying is you can't always make everyone happy. And it holds true. You can't. You're never going to make everyone out there happy. Doesn't matter what you do, who you are, how much money you've got, how little money you got, how fancy of a car you have, or how ugly of a car you have. It's never going to matter. You're never going to make everybody happy. But the one key thing is for you to be happy. Just you. Because if you can be happy and be happy with yourself, your happiness will show to others. A simple smile can change a person's day. I mean, just really think about it. You walk down the street and you just smile at somebody. They may or may not smile back. But you'll never know how much that one smile may have actually meant to them. They could be dealing with the exact same issues that you are. Anxiety and depression. They're two of the roughest things that I've ever had to deal with. I've been through two major separations with both of my kids' parents, the last one being in a divorce. It caused me a lot of problems. I've also been in a particular work style that creates a lot of stress. Industrial maintenance, towboat engineering, things like that, just to name a couple. Stress, stress can kill you. Over the last 8 months or so, I've had a lot of health issues. And I'm recently finding out that 90% of it was due to stress. I was a chief engineer on a towboat for a few years, and I loved everything about the job. The travel part, being away from my kids and my family, stressed me out because I never had control over what was going on when I was away. If something was to happen, I couldn't get there fast enough. I would be hours and hours and hundreds of miles away, and there was nothing I could do about it other than drive faster. So, pushing on a little bit here, I left that job back in December and started working for a local factory as a maintenance man. And thought that everything was going to be great and grand because I was going to be home. I'd be home every night. I get to see my awesome girlfriend. I get to see my kids on a regular basis. I get to see the stuff that they do at school. It's almost like being a normal dad all over again. When in turn it wasn't. The amount of hours that I worked at this last job were just ridiculous. I mean, it more or less took an act of Congress to get a day off. And it just gradually got worse and worse and worse and worse. So that was my key problem. I mean, I've dealt with stress and anxiety off and on for years, but I've never had it get to this magnitude. I've tried multiple ways that I've read online, watched more YouTube videos on how to cope and handle my stress and anxiety and my depression, as well as medications. And I'm still on medication for all of that, as well as blood pressure. My blood pressure has been ridiculous. I should have had a couple of strokes by now, as high as my blood pressure has been. But I've pushed through it. And the one key thing that I've found that helped me the most was to remove myself from a situation that created the most stress. In my case, it happened to be quitting my job. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that everything's peachy, you should just go out and quit your job, blah, blah, blah. I was raised that you don't quit a job until you have another one lined up. My situation was a little bit different. Things had gotten really out of hand, and in my mind, they were a million times worse. So, yeah, I just up and quit. And luckily, I had a job interview the exact same day, and I was off work for maybe a week and a half, and it was great. I did what I wanted to. I got up, I went hunting. If I felt like I wanted to sit at home and start drinking beer for breakfast, then that's what I did. I had nothing to do. If I wanted to spend time with my kids, that's what I did. And I loved it. But in the end, reality comes back into play. You have to have a job. You have to have money. You can't survive just off of happiness. But can you? If you find something that truly makes you happy, you go with it. This job I'm working now, does it truly make me happy? Not exactly. But at the same time, it does not cause me stress. This job is such a laid-back atmosphere. It's completely outside of my realm, and I felt like it was going to create more stress. But it hasn't. It's actually a very fun job. I learn a lot day to day. But as I was saying, when it comes to stress, you find that thing that causes you the most stress, that gives you the most anxiety, pushes you into that deep dark hole of depression that you think about on a daily basis. You find that thing, or those things if it's multiple things, and get rid of them. I mean, it's literally as simple as that. You get rid of them. Whether it's your job, your living situations, your roommates, whatever it may be. That one person that hangs out in the group of friends that you hang out with that causes you a lot of problems. That one person you just don't want to be around. So you don't go hang out with your friends because that person's going to be there. Just take that person out of the equation. Blow them off. Don't listen to it. If you're happy doing what you're doing, then be happy. To hell with what they think. To hell with what they say. That's it. I mean, it's literally as simple as that. For me, I got rid of the job. Over the last 3 weeks that I've been gone from that job, I feel like a brand new person. And I mean that in all of my heart. I feel like a brand new person. I went to the doctor today for my monthly checkup because I go monthly to keep my blood pressure and things like that in order. I check my blood pressure and whatnot on a daily basis just to kind of keep tabs on things. Well, it's been pretty good for the last 3 weeks. It's been in that normal range. Well, I went to see my doctor today for my checkup. For the first time in almost a year, I don't have to go back and see him in a month. He's stretched it out to 3 months because things are going so well. And he's so happy with the progress that I've made. And when I told him that all I have done, literally, was quit my job and found a less stressful one, he was in shock as to how much I had changed. He could tell by the look in my eyes when we talked how much different I felt compared to any other day that I'd been there. So that's all there is to it. Just change that one thing. You find that one thing that makes you happy and you do it. Just go with it. I know it's hard. I know it can be stressful thinking about change. Lord knows I thought it was going to be really stressful just trying to deal with that change. But all it takes is a little bit of courage. Make that step and step into happiness. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. Maybe subscribe. That's all I got for you good folks. God bless. Have a good night.